You are sitting in a dimly lit theater, watching a performer on stage. They show you an empty top hat, wave a wooden wand, and suddenly pull a live, blinking rabbit from the darkness inside. You applaud because it feels like magic. But the real answer is far stranger. Your brain was not tricked by a clever hand movement. It was tricked by a design flaw that has been hardwired into your nervous system for over 300,000 years. To understand why, you have to travel back to the ancient savannah. Your ancestors did not have claws, sharp teeth, or thick armor. They had something much more powerful. They had a predictive engine inside their skulls. Your brain is not a camera that records reality exactly as it is. It is a prediction machine that guesses what will happen next to keep you alive. Think about a simple stone flying through the air. If you had to calculate its exact trajectory, velocity, and air resistance in real time, you would get hit in the face before you could react. Instead, your brain bypasses the slow calculations. It uses a mental shortcut to project the stone's path forward in time. You reach out your hand and catch it exactly where your brain predicted it would be. But what happens when an object does not follow the path your brain predicted? This is where the magic enters. In the early 20th century, psychologists noticed a strange phenomenon that would later be studied deeply by cognitive scientists like Dr. Gustav Kuhn. If a researcher throws a ball into the air twice, and then on the third throw only pretends to throw it while secretly palming it, your eyes will still look up at the ceiling. Your brain actually generates a visual hallucination of the ball flying upward. You see what you expect to see, not what actually happened. Why does your mind do this? It does this because your brain is incredibly lazy. Processing every single photon of light that hits your retinas requires a massive amount of energy. To save fuel, your brain only processes a tiny fraction of the world in high definition. The rest of the scene is filled in by your memory and your expectations. Imagine looking at a busy street. You think you are seeing everything in sharp detail. But if someone suddenly changed the color of a nearby car while you blinked, you probably would not notice. Psychologists call this change blindness. Your brain assumes the world is stable, so it does not bother checking the details unless something forces it to. Ancient shamans and medicine men did not know the modern neuroscience behind change blindness, but they understood how to exploit it. In ancient Egypt, priests performed the miracle of the decapitated goose. They would cut off a bird's head, place it on a platter, and then miraculously attach it back to the body, allowing the goose to waddle away unharmed. The crowd gasped in terror and awe. They believed the priest possessed the power of life and death, but the priest was simply exploiting a visual shortcut called continuity. Your brain hates gaps. If it sees a goose's head near a goose's body, it automatically connects them in three-dimensional space. The priest simply tucked the real head under the wing and held a fake head in his hand, relying on your brain to complete the picture. Did this deception make our ancestors gullible? Not at all. In fact, it made them highly efficient survivors. In a dangerous environment, a brain that waits for all the evidence is a brain that gets eaten. If you hear a rustle in the bushes, you can assume it is the wind, or you can assume it is a hidden predator. The ancestor who predicted a predator fled and survived to pass on their genes. The ancestor who waited to see the predator's teeth was weeded out by natural selection. This means you are the descendant of hypervigilant paranoids. Your brain is designed to find patterns and intentions even where none exist. When you see a face in the clouds or a monster in the dark bedroom shadows, you are experiencing pareidolia. It is the exact same mechanism that magicians use to make you believe a coin has vanished into thin air. When a magician places a coin in their left hand, your brain does not just watch the movement. It predicts the weight of the coin transfer. It predicts the sound of the metal. It predicts the muscle tension in the magician's fingers. If the magician simulates those physical cues perfectly, your brain concludes the coin must be in the left hand. When the hand opens to reveal nothing, the prediction engine crashes. How does your brain handle this sudden error? It experiences a brief moment of cognitive shock. For a split second, your prefrontal cortex goes into overdrive, trying to resolve the conflict between expectation and reality. This is the exact moment you feel the sensation of wonder. It is not just amusement, it is the sound of your evolutionary survival mechanism misfiring. And this misfire goes much deeper than simple hand-eye coordination. It is tied directly to how you pay attention. Consider the work of neuroscientist Dr. Stephen Macknick, who has spent years studying how magicians manipulate the human attention system. He discovered that our brains do not have a wide-angle lens for attention. We have a tiny, highly focused spotlight. Anything outside that spotlight is completely invisible to us, a phenomenon known as inattentional blindness. If a magician wants to hide an action in their right hand, they do not just cover it up. They make a large, sweeping gesture with their left hand, or they look directly at your face and ask a sudden question. Your attentional spotlight immediately rushes to the movement or the eye contact. While your spotlight is focused on the left hand, the right hand can slip a giant clock into a pocket, and your brain will completely fail to register the movement. You might think you are too smart to be fooled this way, but studies show that highly intelligent people are often the easiest to trick. Why would a smarter brain be more vulnerable? Because intelligence is built on highly sophisticated patterns and predictions. A highly intelligent brain has fast, deeply grooved neural pathways for predicting how the world works. It builds stronger expectations. When a magician exploits those precise expectations, the smart brain falls into the trap even faster because it is running its prediction algorithms at maximum speed. This reveals a profound truth about your mind. Magic does not work because your brain is weak or broken. Magic works because your brain is incredibly advanced. It is a testament to the beautiful, complex machinery that allows you to navigate a chaotic universe without collapsing from sensory overload. So tonight, when you look at something that seems impossible, remember the ancient savanna. Your brain is still trying to protect you from the hidden predators in the grass. It is still guessing, predicting, and hallucinating your reality to keep you safe. And sometimes, the most magical thing of all is not the trick itself, but the silent, ancient engine inside your head that makes the trick possible.